friends, it's Katie Steinberg here with this last week's message from Missing Peace, last Sunday being Mother's Day, of course. And we were at Sunday Soul Brunch DeLand with the collective as well as Missing Peace. And Lavu played music, and there was great food and a great crowd. And I highly encourage you to check out one of the Sunday Soul Brunch events either in Ormond or DeLand. And I have this week's message for you, but I want to let you know that this coming Sunday on the 20th, we will be doing surfing with Missing Peace. We will gather at Tom Rennick Park at 10:30 on Sunday and have a brief message and some surfing with Molly Miller Surf School. So I hope you can be there for that. And then our next gathering will be June 3rd and start our Summer of Serving. June 3rd, we'll be building tiny homes out off of ISB, and all the information on that is on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or our website, ormondsmissingpeace.com. So we hope you'll join us for a Summer of Serving. But without further ado, here is this past week's message from Missing Peace. On Mother's Day, it seems appropriate to talk a bit about what it means to be maternal. Classically, maternal has to do with caregiving, with nurturing, with unconditional love, with sacrifice for one's offspring. It has synonyms like fondness, tenderness, affection. These are all the things mom is supposed to be, right? There's an ancient Hebrew story about a woman named Naomi. She has two sons who both, unfortunately, tragically die, and their wives are left as widows. In those ancient times, a woman's best shot at survival in an agrarian society was to be married and bear many children. So naturally, Naomi encourages these two widows, her daughters-in-law, to go find happiness elsewhere. She has nothing left to offer them. And Orpah, with a little prodding, one of the daughters-in-law, takes her up on that. But Ruth, the other, Ruth says no. I'm going to stick with you. Even though you have no other sons for me to marry or any guaranteed livelihood, I want to stay with you. In that moment, Ruth becomes more than a widowed daughter-in-law to Naomi. It cements their relationship in a new way. And so, despite feeling she has nothing left to give, Naomi says, "Come with me," and takes Ruth with her. She teaches her and guides her. She helps her find food and shelter and eventually love. Naomi becomes Ruth's mom. See, more than age or biology, it's the relationship, that caring and nurturing. It's the connection and that determines love and what mom is. Some of you may know that my own mother died over 10 years ago. And the honest truth is that it's incredibly painful not to have her as part of the most important parts of my life and of my children's lives since then. She was supposed to be here, to teach me, to watch the kids for a date night, to do all that tender, nurturing, affection stuff with me and with them. And I am not motherless. Countless people, women and men, older than I and younger, have stepped up and stepped into the gap. They don't replace my actual mother, and I don't intend them to, but they have nurtured me, sacrificed for me, shown up in the important moments, answered my calls, and called me unprompted, somehow knowing I needed them at that moment. They have been mom. So while it's been over a decade since I had my biological mother around, countless moms, countless Naomis have said, "Come with me," and have taught me the lessons and nurtured me and sheltered me, showing me how to love. We're going to pause for just a second because an automatic vacuum cleaner has come on. And one of the charms of doing a live broadcast is that things like that happen. But back to the message. This holiday isn't easy for a lot of people. I have a friend on Facebook who wrote a post signing off for the weekend and encouraging others to do the same. It's simply too painful for her to see all the happy mothers and daughters when the loss of her own mother is still so incredibly painful. I get that response, and I don't condemn it either. Some of us grew up with mothers who were addicted, abusive, neglectful. For those, it's not the pain of the loss of a great mom that loved us. It's the pain of never having that mom. What's wrong with me that she didn't love me? Why didn't I get the loving mother exemplified in that word, maternal? I get that response, and I don't condemn it. There's a lot that's wrapped up in mom. Our expectations of what that's supposed to mean and the role she is to take in our life and for how long, for how it's supposed to feel, what it's supposed to mean to have or even to be mom. But what I hear from that ancient Hebrew story and what I've learned in the wake of the loss of my own mom is that role doesn't have to be just one person. Perhaps it's too big for one human. So instead of our unmet expectations, tragic losses, and childhood traumas, I encourage all of us to look and to seek those maternal influences that are still there, to recognize the people all around us who have loved us and taught us and cared for us, to look for the Naomis with nothing apparent left to offer, but who take us under their wing and nurture us, not to replace or ignore the mom we no longer have or never had, but instead to recognize how many maternal people we have in addition to or even without her. And then, just maybe, to someone, somewhere, we can be mom. Whether you are a mother or you have a mother, Sunday we honored all those who are maternal, all those who have loved us unconditionally, who have sacrificed for us, who teach us how to love others, whether there's a blood relation or not, whether you are male or female, old or young, you are mom. Thank you. This day's for you. And with that, we moved into more brunching together and live music, and it was really a great event over at Sunday Soul Brunch DeLand, held at Cafe Da Vinci. So again, I hope you'll find us Sunday Soul Brunch and visit one of those at sundaysoulbrunch.com. I think you probably won't see one over the summer just because of the heat, but we'll be back in fall, both in Ormond and DeLand, having these great events for a good cause, to nurture ourselves as well as physically by eating together, but also spiritually. And again, this Sunday, Missing Piece will gather at Tom Rennick Park at 10:30 for Surfing with Molly Miller Surf School. So you're invited to that. And June 3rd launches our Summer of Serving, which is all ages serving opportunities, each sort of bite-size hour engagements, kicking off with building tiny homes on June 3rd. Keep an eye on ormondsmissingpiece.com, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter for all the latest of where Missing Piece is and what we're up to, or you can text PEACE to 33222. We hope to see you in the flesh sometime. Peace and grace, friends.